This is Queen Victoria's favourite curry. But why would any self-respecting food brand be cooking a curry from the 1800s? And is it any good? The story of Indian cuisine in the UK goes back to the 18th century. Soldiers and officials returning from India with a newfound love of spices and Indian dishes, all of which they called curry. But it was Queen Victoria who put it on the map. As well as being a mad Aston Villa fan, she was also mad about food, and that got her the nickname the Greedy Queen. But her favourite cuisine was none other than the curry. Victoria served this at court, and then it was adopted by the nobility and the upper classes, and from there it spread throughout society. It was Queen Victoria who gave it the social stamp of approval, so it felt only right that we should try Victoria's favourite curry. This recipe comes from a book called Mrs. Beeton's Book of Household Management. And whilst there's no record of Queen Vic herself eating this exact curry, it is a true Victorian era curry that would have been enjoyed in the homes of the nobility and the upper classes. And it starts with the cold remains of a whole chicken. The first instruction is to divide our cold chicken into neat joints. Then we have to strip the meat off and leaving just the carcass and trim. So our chicken meat, our cold roast chicken meat, goes into a bowl to await further instructions, whilst we focus on our chicken bones. So next we set up a pot into which we pour some chicken stock. We're going to bring that to a simmer, and then we're going to add our chicken bones. And we'll simmer that for 1.5 hours. After our stock has been simmering for 1.5 hours, we take it off the hob and strain it. We put our stock to one side whilst we start to build our curry. So the base of our Victorian era curry is made from 1 onion and 1 apple. So you've sliced your onion and your apple. Now, 2 ounces of butter into your pan. And your onions go in to fry lightly. Now that our onions have fried lightly, we're going to add 1 tablespoonful, as she puts it, of plain flour and another tablespoonful of curry powder, which was becoming very popular in British kitchens in the Victorian times. And that gets fried for 2 to 3 minutes. Now we add 1/2 pint of our chicken stock, and bring it to the boil. And now that's boiling, we add in our apple. And finally, that most Indian of Indian spices, you guessed it, red currant jelly. I know it seems random, but they didn't have a lot to sweeten things with back then. So we got a tablespoonful of red currant jelly. Add a pinch of salt for flavour. Give it a good stir and reduce to a simmer for 1/2 hour. That's been cooking for 1/2 hour. Our sauce looks worryingly like we just got it from a chip shop. But in goes our chicken. So the chicken's been on for 30 minutes, and next step is to season. And because it was the nobility and upper classes, we can assume that meant salt and pepper. So it's time to serve up, and given that the entire recipe is 1 paragraph long, Mrs. Beeton is weirdly specific about how I'm supposed to do this. So, plain white rice only, nothing else will do. It has to be kept separate from the chicken. And then the chicken is to be arranged neatly on the plate for reasons that we will never know. And then finally, a squeeze of lemon juice. So there you have it, Queen Victoria's favourite curry. But is it any good? There's only one way to find out. It smells identical to chip shop curry sauce. Let's go. It's fairly grim, I've got to be honest. It's pretty bland, it's quite sweet. If I'm being generous, and I will be, you can see why people were blown away by it when they hadn't tasted anything like it in the past. But given modern standards of curry, it's pretty abysmal.